Peter F. Dunker once stated, "The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said," which is so true because how many times have you had to decipher what somebody is feeling or thinking without actual words being spoken? So today I will give an explanation as to how nonverbal communication can be expressed in multiple different ways, including kinesics, silence, physical appearance, artifacts, and proxemics. First, we'll start with kinesics. Kinesics refers to the body language in which we use in order to communicate our thoughts and feelings. There are multiple different aspects to kinesics, such as our posture, gestures, head movements, hand movements, eye contact, and facial expressions. An example of expressing sorrow would be tears streaming down a soldier's face as he says goodbye to his fellow brother one last time. And another example is when a couple makes eye contact for a long period of time, indicating that they're listening closely and have a sense of attraction towards one another. Now that I've discussed how body positions play a role in nonverbal communication, I will touch base on how silence is communicated. Silence is a state in which the absence of words exists. Although silence uses a lack of words, it is considered a powerful use of communication due to the numerous ways it can be understood. Examples of what silence can infer include sadness, peace, contentment, awkwardness, or intimacy. We have all had those silent experiences before, but depending on the specific situation is how silence is interpreted. For example, meditating on a beach while the sun is setting signifies a sense of peace and a state of mind. I've identified the powerful meanings of silence. So now, how does physical appearance affect communication? Physical appearance is yet another significant aspect of communication because we form preconceived judgments on individuals completely based on their appearance. As an American, we put a strong emphasis on our physical appearance, oftentimes portraying status, socioeconomic background, career, attractiveness, ethnicity, or even age. For example, we expect the man sitting on the side of the street with his two dogs to be homeless or poor due to the clothes he's wearing and the paper bags of food. Another example would be assuming one in his 70s because he is walking with a cane and his hair is white and balding. In addition to physical appearance communicating nonverbally, we will next take a look at how artifacts communicate as well. Have you ever noticed how a personal object reflects our own identities or personalizes our environments? Artifacts can communicate personal identities, personal territories, ethnic identities, and relationships. For example, in some African and Asian cultures, a neck ring creates a sense of beauty and a cultural identity within the community. Or another example is a horseshoe hanging above a doorway. It signifies a protection and is supposed to attract good fortune. Now that we've understood how objects express who we are, the last point we'll look at is proxemics. Proxemics refers to the spatial distance between you and others. An example of a father hugging his two children refers to the kind of relationship and closeness they share with one another. Another example includes Americans trying to keep their distance to themselves, and which might come off as standoffish in other cultures. Meanwhile, Arabs prefer closer distance, which comes off as being assertive to American culture. As we have learned the multiple different types of nonverbal communication, let me recap my points. Although nonverbal communication can be conveyed in numerous different ways, I hope you have obtained knowledge as to how kinesics, silence, physical appearance, artifacts, and proxemics impacts communication. Since nonverbal communication accounts for about 90% of communication, expressing effectively without words is important. Imagine what you express on a daily basis based solely on nonverbal communication. What messages are you conveying?